All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. You come in here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, of this wicked kingdom, to tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that they're the true children of Israel, that they are the people of God. Now, with that established, our people were scattered through, give me James 1:1. Our people were scattered through the four corners of the earth. All right? And you can be an Israelite no matter what shade of color you are. Okay? This is not a black thing. This is not a white thing. This is about seed, man. It's about a bloodline. All right? Any of you people out here can be the Israelites. Okay? If your spirit bear witness with our spirit, the truth of the Holy Bible, that would make you an Israelite. This has nothing to do with color. Give me James 1:1.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
James, a servant of the Most High,
Right.
and of the Lord Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach,
Go ahead.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings.
So this message is to the 12 tribes that is scattered abroad where? To the four corners of the earth. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 25. All right? Because due to the curses, due to our disobedience, the Lord put curses on his people. And one of the curses that will be scattered to the four corners of the earth and be in captivity amongst the other nations of the earth. All right? Deuteronomy 28 verse 25.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 25.
Yeah.
The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
Right, so we won't be in our power no more. We will fall. Okay, now we won't be able to rise back up because the Lord took our power from us. So we were smitten before our enemies. So that means the nations were able to take us down and we were not able to hold our own. Go ahead.
Thou shalt go out one way against them,
Yeah.
and shall flee 7 ways before them,
Yeah.
and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the
So
earth.
the true biblical Israelites, the true Jews of the Holy Bible, are scattered through all the four corners of the earth. Okay? That's because the real Jews are not in their own holy land. Okay? Because there is no peace in the earth. There's war in the Holy Land right now. So you know the true Jews are not the Edomites in the land, which is the so-called white people. Okay? But going back to that seed of their father. But all the so-called white people are not Edomites. Okay? We got to use these terms because these are the terms that the white man put up here. Okay? So we got to use black. We got to use white. We got to use Mexican. We got to use all these different proverbs and bywords so you can understand what we're talking about. If we say, okay, you're from the tribe of Judah, you're going to say, what is that? Okay, that means so-called black person. You're a Judite. But we got to say so-called because you don't know that you're from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Okay?
That's like coming into the classroom and expecting to know everything right off the bat.
Yeah.
If you come in and you hear a new terminology you don't know about, you're gonna be confused.
Yeah.
So what we do is we use these words that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah.
Then if you are curious, we'll fill you in. Okay, not all white people are Edomites. You see what I'm saying? Now, like he was talking about with that scattering, when you scatter and you mate with the people of that land, you gain their characteristics.
We can tear.
Right, the seed goes through the father. So even if a so-called black man takes a so-called white man that has a baby, and then over time it come out light-skinned and light-skinned, that's still an Israelite. See what I'm saying? So that's the point we're making. It's not about skin color. It's about your lineage.
And then you got to deal with, give me Numbers 1 and 18, because then you got Israelite. All Israelites are not people of color, man. Okay, we got brothers doing the same thing we're doing, preaching this word, man, and they look like this young lady over here, this woman. So this ain't about color, man. This is never preferred about color, but always preferred to the seed. Go ahead. Numbers
The
1 and
book
18.
of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18.
Because contrary to popular belief, you come from the lineage of your father, okay? Your father dictates your nationality, not your mother. Go ahead.
And they assembled all the congregations together on the first day of the second month.
Yeah.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
Yeah, so they declared their lineage after the house of their fathers, okay? It's not their mother. Keep going.
Read that again. The devil was leaving that horn. And they assembled all the congregations together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upwards by their polls.
Yeah.
So that's the point. Your pedigree, if you talk about the pedigree of a dog, that's their lineage. That's what type of dog it is.
Yeah.
So the pedigree of a human that's who you come from, who your forefather is.
Yeah.
So this is about the descendants of Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay? The chosen seed, the Israelites.
Right. And like we always keep, we're gonna keep referring back to, man. You can look like any nation upon. Give me Daniel 9:7. You can look like anyone on the nation of the earth, man. Okay. if you know anything, because look, we've been scattered through all these different kingdoms and captivities amongst all these nations. So our seed mingle with these other seeds of the different nations. So you're going to have Israelites coming out looking and having features of the woman of the other nations, man. It's very easy. It's simple. If you look at Blake Griffin, right? His father was the so-called Haitian, which would be from the tribe of Levi. He dealt with a so-called white woman, which was an Edomite. That's why you got Blake Griffin to come out the way he looked like, okay? Then now Blake Griffin had a son with another one, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman. Now his son looked so-called white. But if you go to the lineage of the father, his son that looked like a white boy is really an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. So the skin color has nothing to do with it. You know, but what we would call that is a confusion of face. Go ahead.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7.
Yeah.
O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And unto all Israel that are near and that are far off.
Yeah, so part of that confusion of faces is what? Looking like the other nations. Not only shame, but looking like these other nations. That's part of the confusion of faces, man. Alright. Go ahead, you want to do that? Go more, go ahead.
For all the countries whither thou hast driven them.
For all the countries whither thou hast driven them. John, we are scattered. Oh, God. You alright, brother?
I mean, he did, but he kept looking back. He didn't say white. They don't like that. He kept saying that. That's why I got offended.
Well, you know what?
I don't mind it. You have the right to do this. I don't believe
I'll say this. I'll say this. What you say?
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I mean, everyone has the right to their own thing. That's why I'm not knowing what they do. What they believe in. But the way he was looking at me like that, I think it's like, that's why I acted the way that. I apologize for it.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Man, it's all right, man. You all right?
And to all Israel that are near and that are afar off, to all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee.
Yeah, so all these different things came upon us because what? Our trespass, our disobedience, our sin against the Heavenly Father, man. Hey, what we were doing, man, polluting the holy temple, okay, defiling ourselves, all manners of wickedness what the children of Israel was doing. But even though, what they still do today. So continue to read down, brother. Just want to go into it.
O Lord, to us belong confusion of faith.
Yeah.
To our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee.
See? And we have sinned against the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him.
Yeah.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power, to walk in his laws which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
Right.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the other that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him.
Right, and this verse is weird. Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. He told us if we hearken unto his word, all the law, statutes, and commandments, that he will set us on high, and all the good blessings will come to us. But when you jump to the 15th verse, it tells you what? That if you do not hearken unto my law, statutes, and commandments, right? I'm gonna put all these curses from the Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down. They're all going to apply to you now. So that's why you see our people this day in the worst condition that you can ever see. Okay, because the Heavenly Father put curses on us. But that was due to our own fault. Okay, we did that. All right, and what you must do is you must acknowledge it. Okay, you gotta acknowledge it and then change your ways. But we know only a few number, the elect, and the true believers, they're going to change their ways, man. Okay, they're going to turn back into Yahweh while Yahweh shine. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Right, because when you look at our people, like you said, Deuteronomy 15 on down, all these curses will be upon us. That's why when you look at our people, we're in a sad, lower state, man. When you see a lot of our people walking up the street, you can tell they're completely destroyed, man. It's a sad thing to see.
All right, what you got? 11. You read 11, right? I'm about to find out wheat. I'm looking for the wheat and tares. You know where it is by heart? All right, you got something, bring it out. 'Cause I'm,
But yeah, you know, that's hey, like the brother said, man. Ultimately, I saw one of the titles of the Apostle Ramlaw's videos. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but it said we were made to go off. So ultimately, it's all according to the Most High's plan.
because the creature is subject to vanity. That's why. I got it. It's Matthew. It's Matthew. I read it. I'm right here. Matthew 13, verse 24 says, another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while he slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. So what happened during slavery time, man? Did the Edomites take our women and sleep with them or rape them, right? So they put their seed in our women, man. It said the enemy slept with them. So ultimately, what are they now creating when that woman, that so-called Negro woman or Israelite woman has that baby? Now she's creating a tear. Okay? It reads, it says, verse 25 again, Matthew 13, verse 25, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Why? Because now they're going to start to what? They're going to start to look alike. You see? So a lot of you people get confused by skin color now. You got a lot of so-called black people that walk around here. Hey, they're chocolate-covered Edomites, man.
Right.
They don't go back to the same race we go to.
Right.
You see, we're not of the same seed. But then these same people condemn the so-called white people, but don't even know if he's a brother or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically end up condemning their own race. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Don't even know it.
But that's part of the confusion in Babylon the Great. Because they teach you all black people are the same, all white people are the same, all this kind of mess, you know. But when you stick with and deal with lineage, you get to understand people's race better. I mean, you know, a lot of our people don't know what race you are, you know, because it's all scattered and madness with confusion. But some people do. I mean, some people know what their father and their grandfather and their great grandfather was. You know? But you know, us brothers in this fold, we do everything by the spirit, man. Hey, so it always go back to the spirit, man. Wherever you look like, whatever language you speak, man, it's all to the spirit. Hey, Romans 8:16. So while I'm speaking on that, I'll finish this. So back at 30, it says, let both grow together until the harvest. In the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So who does the wheat represent? The Israelites. Who does the tare represent? The heathen. Okay, but who's going to know? Who's going to know how to differentiate? Say that word for me.
Differentiate.
Right. Who's going to know how to do that? The angels, man. They know who is who, man. They're not going to get confused like us men. You know, like us, even though we're spiritual, but you know,
we're not in our perfection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go off. We're gonna make mistakes. That's why I said that. Let them grow up to the end, man. And let the reapers, the angels, divide them, man.
Yep.
You might make a mistake and pull up a wheat, you know. And
Right.
that'll be on you, man.
Yeah. That's the point. That's the point on that. Go ahead. So Romans 8:16.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16.
Yeah.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Go ahead, bro.
And if you want to speak on that,
Yeah, you can say the reading and speak on it, bro.
all right. This is Romans 8:16.
Yeah.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Yeah.
So the Spirit, which is the Word, you know, and the Spirit of the Most High bear witness within us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fit the prophecies. You know, the elect are gonna attain unto this Word, no matter what their skin color, what their outward appearance is. You know, and you're gonna be able to identify Jake for the most part by the Spirit. You know.
And if you take heed to the doctrine entirely, you know, hey man, and believe on the word which you speak, through the oracles of the Most High. Your spirit's bearing witness with our spirit, man. Hey, that you are a child of the Most High, man. And we talking about sincerely, man.
Right.
You know, hey, because the spirit will discern you, man.
Yeah.
You know. Now, before dude made that statement, like I was telling him, hey, it's possible you could be a brother, and he still could.
Right.
But then he went back into, you know, what most
believe in
Edomites think. I don't believe in the Lord.
Right.
And that's what most Edomites think. But now to say, I'll say this too, all people has been conditioned to think like that as well, man.
Yeah.
That they don't believe in the Lord. But they've been conditioned that, but truly, naturally, hey, they're spiritual people, man. You know, but now our people are unspiritual. You know? But that's from the dumbing down of the so-called white man. You know, he had a type of mindset in them to think that type of way. You know? And actually said, well, look, if there's a God, why are we put in this condition? Well, if you got into the scriptures, you would know why the Heavenly Father put you in that condition for your disobedience.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, and our people perish for lack of knowledge, you know, because they hear about the golden rule, you know, about do unto others as you have to do unto yourself, and they think everything gonna be lovely, but they don't understand why we get shot down in the street. It was in these scriptures. You don't have that knowledge of knowing that you under the curses, that Esau is your enemy, and that's why he's destroying you. Then you ain't gonna realize. You gonna think, oh man, this is bullcrap. No, you don't know the truth, man.
Right.
Once you get into it, everything becomes clear.
All right. So give me Matthew 10 and 6. Hey, because we had a crowd out here before it all cleared out, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, people assume things instead of asking, what exactly are you teaching? What is this about? What does this word mean? Okay? Because America has dumbed down everyone, man. Okay? They just believe what someone tells them. They don't go research anything. So when someone makes a statement, they don't ask, well, what does this mean? How can you back this up? And we all dealing with the Holy Scriptures, man.
Yeah, the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 6.
Because when we were telling our people, hey, man, we're out here for our people, man. Okay? We're out here for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Truly the Israelites, but also the confusion of faith Israelites, the ones that look like another nation, man. Okay, that's what we out here for. Just like the Lord sent the disciples for his people, so are we. Okay, we are about our race. So if you want to use the term racist, then go ahead. Because the Heavenly Father is racist. Why? Because he's about his race of people. You know, and going back to dealing with words, racist is not even offensive, man. You know, racist means that you are for your particular people. And I'm talking about dealing with that word. Because if I say I'm a bicyclist, I mean what? All I deal with is bicycles, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro. Matthew 10 and 5.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5.
Yeah.
These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying,
Yep.
go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Go not into the way of the heathen, but go ahead.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So the Lord made it very clear that he wanted his men to go to the lost sheep of Israel. So what about today? Would it change anyhow? No. Now where are some of these lost sheep located? Amongst where? Amongst the heathen. Okay, amongst the Gentiles. That's where a lot of our people, why? Because they were scattered amongst them. Okay? When we went to these different nations, our seed still got put in these different nations. Right? Even dealing with modern time, let's deal with like slavery. Let's deal with our people going to war. Right? What you think happened when we went over to war and our people stopped fighting and it was time to chill? They got married, meaning they drunk, and they dealt with women of the other nation. And when it was time to leave to go to another battle, they had to leave their seed in that land. It's that easy and it's that simple. Okay?
Yeah, and a lot of times, the women who hadn't had a husband were spoiled, you know?
Yep.
All right. The book of Matthew, 10, verse 5.
Yeah.
These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Yep. Whoa. Go not into the way of the Gentiles. So why would it mention why would it keep mentioning in the New Testament then the Lord said, don't go into the way into the Gentiles, which is meaning the heathen. But then turn around and say, there's salvation for the Gentiles in the New Testament. You people take that, you people don't look at that and y'all say, well, look, the Bible is no contradiction, so you need to understand what it means. So it's telling you these Gentiles right here.